Alex, thanks for being with us. So you're one of this unique group of pre-revenue public companies in this era. For a long time, we didn't have smaller, earlier stage companies going public. What do you view as perhaps your unique responsibility in communicating with shareholders being at the stage you are?
Yeah, I think when you look at the way that the market's been for sort of the last quarter, you've definitely seen sort of a secular pushback on growth tech and especially some of the smaller companies. And now really what we're starting to see is people taking a step back and really asking, where are the good companies and what are the companies that maybe went public too early? And so I think you're certainly seeing a positive reaction from folks to Embark, really starting to understand the story more. And one of the things we do pretty differently that I think is important is we've been very clear over what are the actual milestones we're going to deliver over the next 2 years. How does that take us from where we are today to some of the most important objectives of the company? And I think we got a really good reaction from the analysts last night, looking at sort of that very detailed plan that we put out, really sort of uniquely in the space.
So talk about the amount of capital that you have, the rate at which you're burning it, and how confident you are on your projected increase in revenue over time. Because, I mean, the point of going public is to get that pile of capital, I suppose, but now you got to burn through it for a while.
Yeah, I think going public obviously was a big accelerator for Embark. It gave us hundreds of millions of dollars to be able to go out and continue to build the technology that is really going to be critical. Obviously, Embark making self-driving truck technology and doing so with some of the best and largest carriers in the United States. And so I think that money has been hugely valuable for us. I think it puts us in a great position to deliver on the set of milestones we put out for ourselves in 2022 and beyond. And so we're certainly pretty excited about where that puts us.
Alex, there weren't a lot of milestones or projections for 2022. The only things that I could really find were still some ways out, 2024. And obviously you listed at a time when the markets were a lot friendlier towards SPACs and years off projections. So given the sell-off that we're seeing now, particularly in your shares, even though they're up today, I wonder if any part of you wishes that you stayed public, raised money in public markets, which are also flush with cash, and figured out some of this stuff before being judged quarter to quarter.
Yeah, I think we're still very happy with the decision to go public. Like I said, I think the resources that we have now are very different than what was possible before. If you look at Embark in our entire history over more than 5 years before going public, we spent less than $100 million building our technology. And so to have hundreds of millions of dollars in the bank today, that puts us in a great position to be able to keep working. And the reality is the markets have been in obviously a particularly challenging spot. But I think that's something that happens to any public tech company regardless of size. And so the goal for us is continue delivering, continue executing on those milestones. And I think over time, we're already starting to see sort of folks recognizing that, and they'll continue to recognize that.